the next debate of the Republicans, which is, when is it? Anyway, it's coming up. It's going to be very interesting. Why? Because Donald is now vulnerable. He missed the last one. He's going to feel more desperate. Okay? And he's going to actually have to answer some questions, because what's going to happen is Cruz and Rubio are going to realize we can redirect our answers to go against Donald. So it's going to become increasingly complicated for the Donald. Make America great. Okay, great. How are you going to do that? Well, we're going to have fair trade. Yeah, we like fair trade too. What else are you going to do? And he doesn't have any plan either, because he's had it easy his whole life, you know, in the sense that he always had access to capital. So this is where the opportunity exists. And if somebody wakes up in either of those two parties, either of those two candidates' campaigns, they'll realize it's there for the taking. It's, you know, they're already for border security, right? I mean, this whole thing about how long it takes you to become a citizen, and Marco's bad because he said you should be able to, that's an advantage for Rubio in the general election. Because people say, okay, we have to have secure borders, but you have to have a way to citizenship and so forth. And nobody ever brings up the fact that both Bill Clinton and George Bush deported more people than Obama has. I mean, illegal aliens. So that's just my point on what the Republicans are really going to come down to. It's not going to come down to one person outspending the other in defense. They're all going to say they're going to do that. And yes, we already know we have the biggest, the best of everything. You can go right down the categories. There's nobody who can compete with us in tanks and airplanes.
It's the biggest military the planet Earth has ever seen in its history of civilization.
Yeah.
And that is the truth.
Yeah, but...
by a long, long, long shot.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to, it's going to take me a couple weeks to do this, but I'm going to actually do a more deep analysis of where these people stand on job creation, because I think that's the key. The only way America really gets better is if we have more jobs. A lot more. Like, I'm talking about 50 million more jobs. So,
and let me interject. People need better paying jobs.
Well, right, exactly. It's
because you can create more jobs like Obama did, but you know,
yeah.
making 7-layer burritos.
Yeah, $11
Taco Bell.
So that's really kind of the key, and I want to see where these people come out on it, because I just have to feel that one of these characters on the Republican side is going to figure that out. Now, Bernie's already got his thing figured out. He's not going to change. Hillary is probably incapable of changing just because she can't answer this question properly. Would you break up the big bank? She can't answer that question.
Because the answer is I won't.
Right. So she'll have a new plan, but she won't really answer that question. So we won't see anything really new out of her. So the only mobility part will come on the Republican side if one of those three idiots actually gets their act together. And, Trump becomes more substantive than Make America Great Again. I personally don't think he's going to. I think that's why I said, remember I told you the other day, I said, I'm worried about where Trump is now. I think he's going to be falling off. We'll see. He's got a big lead in New Hampshire. Let's see if that holds up for one more week.